Today, we'll trek a lesser paddled portion of Double Bayou. My initial intent was to cover the nearby Smith Point route, but the whitecaps and wide open expanses on this particularly steamy day caused me to rethink the agenda and head to Double Bayou instead. I've covered the southern section all the way to Joe Beeson Park several times before. However, I'd only paddled a short distance into the northern reaches, so that's the route we'll be covering today. We'll launch from Double Bayou Park off Eagle Ferry Road in Anahuac, Texas. The park is an excellent local launch site, complete with restrooms, playgrounds, on-site security, and a paddlecraft-specific slide launch connected to a floating pier. Today, we'll cast off from the launch and continue straight ahead. Here's a quick overview of the route in its entirety. You may spot Little Danny, a familiar intermediate-sized alligator that frequently patrols the launch area. This is to be expected, as we are, after all, once again choosing to paddle in the alligator capital of Texas. Incidentally, following proper alligator safety protocols and maintaining good situational awareness means you'll likely enjoy several safe encounters with these remarkable creatures under favorable conditions. As mentioned, today was the hottest day yet during the extended heat advisory, resulting in only a handful of intermediate-sized alligator sightings. 2 juveniles did come within close proximity at different points, but neither showed any signs of aggression or annoyance. The abundance of slides along the northern reaches, however, attests to the true magnitude of the local alligator population. Now, back to the route itself. As we head north, we'll follow the winding curves of the bayou. Most of the journey is lined with trees, showcasing nature in its purest form. On this initial stretch, however, we'll pass a fence line and a relatively new residence to port before eventually traveling beneath the County Road 562 bridge. Be especially mindful here, as the remnants of old bridge pylons lurking just beneath the surface from a previous bridge construction project can bring even a fast-moving kayaker to an abrupt stop. Once beneath County Road 562, the remainder of the course maintains much the same character. Sycamore, pine, and cypress-lined banks, along with several overhanging limbs and occasional arboreal canopies, consistently frame this tranquil waterway. There are relatively few defining landmarks along this route. Shortly after the first bridge, you'll reach the intersection with Chimney Bayou. Unfortunately, a drainage pipe blocks passage here, making exploration of this fork impossible. Around mile 3, you'll pass beneath another bridge at Carrington Road. Beyond that, the bayou continues its gentle meandering with little variation. Chocolate-colored waters, largely devoid of any noticeable current, define nearly the entire route. Other than a couple of herons, a lone cormorant, and a single egret, bird life was fairly sparse during today's paddle. I did hear hogs rooting around in the adjacent woods, but never managed to catch a glimpse of them. The most abundant wildlife along today's route would have to be the spiders, of which I'm neither an expert nor a fan. Most appeared to be golden silk orb weavers, often called banana spiders, whose elaborate webs stretched completely across the bayou in many places. Thankfully, only a few hung low enough to become much of an obstacle. There's not much more to say about the specifics of this course. Setting aside the current oppressive summer heat wave, it's a thoroughly pleasant paddle. This northern stretch has a noticeably wilder feel than its southern counterpart. While the southern route offers many of the same natural vistas, it also features several homes, piers, and recreational watercraft. By contrast, today's northern route included only a single residence and 2 bridges, one of which felt particularly remote. That isolation, coupled with the complete lack of internet signal, and therefore no convenient way to verify my location, made this trek feel significantly farther removed from civilization. With that said, I'd recommend paddling this route with a companion if you're unfamiliar with the area. It would be difficult to become truly lost given the bayou's lack of major offshoots, but I always advocate researching any route beforehand so you have at least a basic understanding of what to expect. I also strongly encourage becoming proficient with a compass, just in case our modern conveniences fail us at the most inopportune times. My final thoughts on exploring Double Bayou's northern reaches are these. This is an excellent choice when you've had your fill of relentless wind, and perhaps humanity in general. You're unlikely to encounter many, if any, other paddlers on this branch of the bayou, and powered boats are all but non-existent. It's a well-sheltered waterway with a consistent heading, punctuated by enough gentle bends to keep the scenery from becoming repetitive. For paddlers who enjoy prominent landmarks, this route may feel somewhat mundane. However, for those who value natural ambience and uninterrupted solitude, this one certainly won't disappoint. I would, however, caution you to watch for submerged or partially submerged obstructions, as well as a few very narrow choke points that may require careful maneuvering. These conditions are, of course, subject to change with water levels and seasonal debris, but they're worth keeping in mind. All things considered, my personal preference remains the southern leg of Double Bayou because of its distinctive landmarks, including the derelict fishing vessels that offer a tangible connection to Gulf Coast history. But don't let that deter you from heading north. If you're looking for some of the most pristine, uninterrupted bayou ambience the Texas Gulf Coast has to offer, this route deserves a place on your list. Give it a shot. Paddle safe, and God bless.